Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Reef Podcast. I'm your host, Louis IPA07.
Hi everybody, my name is ThomasGovens, and you know what? I feel like today's episode is going to be pretty savage. What do you think, Louise?
I think we're actually going to bring excitement to everybody around the world, man. We actually got our first content creator tonight, guys. Really excited, really happy about this guy.
What's his name, bud?
I gotta say, it rhymes something with savage. What do you think?
Could it be, something rhymes with savage? Full-headed cabbage?
I don't know. Something with carriage, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know, man. The suspense is building, though.
Alright, so guys, give it up to our friend MattySavage. Hello, Matty. Glad you could join us today, man. How's your weekend going?
Oh, it's going good. Thank you for having me here.
So, I'm sure a lot of people out there want to know who MattySavage is. So, Matty, tell us a little bit about yourself, my man.
Oh, okay. I am a content creator slash workout enthusiast slash weight loss coach slash YouTuber. I don't know, pretty much anything that has to do with putting myself out there in front of everybody, I do it. Started a journey working out and stuff. Been posting a lot about that.
Fascinating stuff, man. So, I hear you're doing a series on YouTube about working out and everything. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yep. So, about 2 years ago, I got 3 blood clots in my leg all at once. All due to me gaining weight, being too big at 320 pounds. So, at that time, I decided I needed to change some stuff around. So, went ahead and started dieting, exercising, all kind of stuff. To date, I lift more than I ever have. I can jog further than I ever have. And still on the road to losing a bit more weight and helping other people along the way.
That's awesome, man. That's actually really intriguing how you actually want to help out people by working out and actually showing them that there's really great things that you can actually do out there, besides just sitting at home not doing anything, when you can actually be active and be really energized to actually do anything you're capable of.
I also want to go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm also I've only been talking to you we've talked for a little bit now. We've had some engagement. And when I was, doing a little bit of research on you for the interview and whatnot, I didn't see anything about those leg clots. So that's crazy, man. My jaw dropped. That's insane. Especially where you're at now and seeing all the stuff you're doing. I'm so proud of you.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. So I see there's a couple of faces over here. We got the Fat Juice in the chat. We got Fallback. We got Miss Havisham. We got a couple of people here, actually. We got Hawk19.
We did want to also take a quick second at the beginning of the episode to ask you, Matty, if there's anyone you felt needed a special shout out.
Oh, well, I mean, all the guys in the Savage Nights with me in my community over there. There's the guys who have popped in over here with me and everybody from YouTube and Discord. I love those guys.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Awesome. So, what actually, besides working out videos, do you have anything planned in the future for your content creating?
Let me tell you that it's mostly just working out in my life of everything that I'm doing anyway. I'm just trying to maintain, or mostly the main part of my life right now is making sure I stay consistent with my workouts and losing weight and everything. And then everything else follows. I don't have a set stream schedule, set YouTube schedule, or set podcast schedule. I just, as it comes out, it comes out. And I promise that everything that does come out is going to be some kind of quality.
That's awesome, man.
With your name attached to it, how could it be anything but quality?
Not just quality, but I think it's more like savage.
Yeah, gotta be there.
Awesome, man. Good stuff. All right, so if you're okay with it, Matty, we would like to actually start asking you some questions from me and Thomas.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so you want to go first, Thomas?
I can go first. You are the host of the show, though.
Hey, last time I started, so you start this time.
All right, fine, I got you. All right, actually, this is a good first question, I think, for everybody, because, it makes sense. I want to know, Matty, when you work out, and you've got yourself your workout playlist, okay, what's the first song? What's the song that hypes you up the most?
Oh, man, okay, so it's April After Dead, and it is Warrior. So check that one out. It's one that just gets me hyped up, puts me in a state of mind that I'm doing, I'm preparing for something. you know.
Is it the music? Is it the lyrics? What about it?
It's both in that one. I've always been a fan of metal and kind of heavier rock and stuff like that. So I mean, you get those things, and then you combine them along with, you know, kind of that warrior mentality of I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna tear this shit up. That's me.
Okay. That's savage, some people might say.
All right, so got a question here from me. What made you want to become a Twitch streamer?
Oh man, it was you know, there's only been a few things in my life I've ever been good at. One of the things that I've been good at is talking. So I can talk to almost anybody. In fact, in my personal life, I do sales. So in that same token, just talking to people and being able to meet all kinds of people, I mean, it was something that just definitely seemed like it clicked for me. So I was like, why the hell wouldn't I do it?
That's fascinating. That really is. All right, Thomas, your turn.
You know, I like one thing, just, you know, building off your answer, man. I like that. That's a common thread a lot of people have. It's like, there's something I'm good at, and let's just run with it. So it's cool to hear that, like, you're just doing you're following the dream versus just going with, you know, let's just do what everyone else says you're supposed to do. So I like that about you, bud. My next question for you, dude. All right, what is your favorite workout? What is your least favorite workout?
So right now, my favorite workout is, and it has never been this until recently, is cardio. So I absolutely hated cardio for the past 8 months. And recently, I've been training to do a 5K, and I've been seeing improvements in like my speed and my time and stuff like that. So that, you know, it kind of builds you up. So I would say right now that I enjoy cardio the most. My least favorite right now is squats. I feel like my legs are gonna explode underneath.
You're gonna get those glutes one day, man. I'm excited.
They're gluten. Let me tell you, they're definitely not gluten free over here. I hope anybody doesn't have celiac disease. I apologize if you do, because you're gonna have trouble later.
Now, I'm sorry, Luis. I do want to ask a second question, because he did mention one of my questions in his answer. You said you're training for a 5K.
That's right. Yes, sir.
One of my questions I was going to ask you is if you were planning on doing any marathons or triathlons. So would you be willing to talk a little bit more on that?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. So right now, at the beginning, of course, I want to train for a 5K and be able to kind of give back to my community, like locally, right? So like they got children that need help. They got children with cancer. They got children who are having all kind of problems, and instead of sending my money way off to places that I know nothing about, that don't really help anybody close to me, right, or have the potential to help someone close to me, I've decided that 5Ks would be a great way for me to start doing that. So I'd rather, you know, get the money local, run a 5K, get sponsored by my friends and family, use that money to help people local, and then after that, after I get done with a 5K and start pushing myself a little further, yeah, triathlons and decathlons and things like that could be in it for me.
Wow. I'm actually speechless.
Have you heard of ultra marathons?
I have heard of those, and look, I'm just happy that I can run 2.5 miles right now and not die. So I just don't know if that's even possible in my brain right now. But it's getting there. It's getting there.
All right, so
it's your turn.
So my question I got for Matty is, where did the name MattySavage came from?
Oh, man. I mean, you got people that always just said that, kind of shot off the cuff and talked, you know, exactly what was on my mind. And sometimes what I said wasn't exactly the cleanest or wasn't the best thing. So it kind of was a bit savage. Folk bug, shut up. So that would make me a savage. And of course, Matty, that's just my name. So.
Okay. All right. So my third question is, have you ever been interviewed in any podcasts before? If so, can you name us a few?
Oh man, I've probably been in every podcast that's ever, like every big Discord except for like the recent ones. Like whenever I first started streaming, I was really big in communities, and you know, just because I had a lot more time, because I mean I was sitting around a lot more. So the I was Insomnia Gaming, Inception, those old communities that you remember back in the day.
Right.
Even the community that I had at one time was ABTC, and then there was another one, the Game Lag podcast, and all kinds of them. Yeah, I've been in many and have done this a few times.
You got a question, Thomas?
Oh, do I have a question? Yeah, I do. All right, let me. All right, Matty, what's the most weight you've moved with your arms, squats, leg presses, benching? What's your maxes? I'm curious.
Okay, so bench press, I'm at 220 pounds.
Hoo-wee.
Wow.
So
Twice my body weight. Go on.
yeah. At squats I'm at 350.
Okay.
And then at deadlifts I'm at 300.
What about leg press?
The leg press. See, I don't do as many leg presses as I do squats, and I don't do as many squats as I've been training for my 5K because I try to keep my legs fresh.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, Luis, I believe it's your turn for the question to Mr. Savage.
All right. What was the game that got you affiliate on Twitch?
Oh man, I don't even know. I was playing just a ton of games with everybody, but if I had to say what's probably the closest, probably Sea of Thieves.
All right, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. Yep.
Were you actually playing the game when you got the email for affiliate, or how did it happen?
It actually came when I wasn't streaming, so it was like one of the things fell off, one of the bad days I had, and then one of the good days came up, and it kind of worked itself out.
So, are you a Sea of Thieves fan still?
Sometimes. See, I play like a ton of different games, whatever I'm really feeling. In fact, I'm kind of falling more into the builder games right now.
Interesting. Okay.
In post-recording, I heard you talking about Ark.
Yep. Playing a lot of Ark, playing some Prison Architect, playing all kind of games.
Prison Architect.
Prison Architect. That's right.
I've heard about this game. I'm going to tangent real quick, just cause I'm just gonna. I can for just a minute. What prison? Let's talk about that game. I've heard about it, but tell me about it. What's its appeal?
Prison Architect, you just build a prison and you manage it and try to keep all your inmates from killing each other.
That was
before the stream, I was absolutely failing at the game because they kept killing you. That's it. That's the entire game. So you try to build the perfect prison.
Wow. I never heard of that game before.
You should check it out.
Okay. So, my next question for you. Okay. Sorry, I just tripped. That was unfortunate.
Who puts those here?
Bro, I got excited. Sometimes you got to move around to really get the energy going, to feel the vibe, and that's what happens. So, what is the most influential game you have ever played?
Oh, I mean, so influential, like as in like it. Like influenced me good or bad, or like because like one game that has absolutely destroyed my entire brain was, and this is gonna be weird, like you guys probably never, it was Doki Doki Literature Club.
Bro, that terrifying dating simulator game.
Oh my god. So like at first, right? So like at first I was playing, I was like, man, this game is, I don't even like this game.
Did you know?
Story. I didn't know. So it was like just like this little story, right? And then my little sister's like, "Oh, you shouldn't be playing that game. It's scary." I was like, "It's not in this game. Nothing's going on." And then the crazy stuff started happening. I lost my mind.
Bro, I had no idea. And then I was like learning at the time, like about computers. And then I was absolutely worried I did something.
Oh yeah, it made you think that you destroyed the game.
I was like, hold on, wait, why?
Right. No, I'm not ready. No.
Louise, I'm noticing that some people have redeemed some questions. Are we going to be doing them at the end of our questions or in the middle? How did you want to go about that this time?
I actually want to go that I want to go by actually me and you asking our questions that we have for him, and as soon as we finish, we'll actually go and check out like the questions that people have for him.
I just wanted to double check, just toss it in there. What is your question for Mr. Savage now?
Okay, I got this one right here. It is, what was the first game you ever played, and what game system was it for?
Okay, hold on. Let's see. So,
we will be able to find out how old you are by saying this.
Yeah, so you remember, Super Mario Nintendo, I made my older brother sit there and beat the game for me while I watched. And then he would beat the game so quick, and he got so quick at it.
Wow. So, which Super Mario, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it was a Super Mario. It was like the second, not the first one. Like the one that had, it was an NES.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
All right. So, you got another question, Thomas?
Oh, yeah. Okay. There's some hard games out there. Okay. There's some great games out there. Okay. There's some great hard games out there. I want to know what game was so good that took you the longest to beat. It was, no matter how hard it was, you're like, I'm beating this game. What game took you the longest to beat?
No, that was Factorio, 100%.
I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of the game. So
No.
Factorio is a automation simulator resource gathering game. that
Bless
you have. Yep, you have to grab everything, and you have to launch a rocket to escape the world. You've been crash landed on the world, and you got to try to get these resources to build a rocket. It takes a while. It took me 70 hours of gameplay to build my first rocket. And
For your first rocket?
Yeah, and now I love that game. Like, I love that game. Like, all my people hate it, but I love that game.
Hey, as long as you love it, that's what's important, right?
Yeah, they're like, man, these look like Roblox graphics. I'm like, well, you don't have to watch it. You know, I'm gonna play it. So.
Alright. Passing the baton to Louise.
All right. So this is actually going to be a pretty interesting question right here. What do you fear the most?
Spiders. I hate spiders.
Dude, congratulations. That was the correct answer.
I'm smashing it to pieces. I'm not even, look, I don't like as much, like, I don't like smashing animals or bugs or anything because, you know, I'm like, you know, got a soft heart and stuff. But I'm telling you, I see a spider, I'm kicking it.
There were many answers and you chose the correct one. Have you seen Lucas the Spider on YouTube?
No. In fact, I would never watch it.
So here's the thing. Okay? You would think anything having to do with spiders is absolutely the worst thing ever, okay? Let me tell you, Lucas the Spider has changed my perspective on spiders so much.
Right.
I hate them, but now I just let them fucking do their thing.
There is one thing, Sasa, and Fault Bug in chat is reminding me. So there's a cedar chest we got from her parents' house, right? And for some reason, this cedar chest, from nothing that we do, opens up on its own. And it's been doing that for the past couple days. Well, past couple weeks. My wife didn't tell me about it, and she recently told me about it. So my last YouTube video, you can see me freaking out live. And the other day, it opened up again. And I'm not about that kind of life. I'm not about ghosts. In real life, I'm not going to go hunt ghosts. I don't expect them to hunt me. But for some reason, this one is in my life, and I may have to destroy this.
Right.
So is it gonna have a like warrior's death? Or are you gonna like put it on a
I'm going to chop it up with an axe, and I'm going to throw it in my fireplace and light it on fire.
Now here's the problem with that. What happens if the fireplace becomes possessed and now your fireplace like randomly just starts a small fire all the time? Nothing dangerous.
Ooh,
just like
I didn't think about that. Didn't think about that. See, maybe I would have to take the ashes outside and bury them, and then do a small ritual.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd probably
Maybe bring some crystals.
Yeah, definitely crystals. Gotta have crystals.
All right. I pass the baton back to Thomas.
What's your favorite crystal? No, I'm just kidding.
Look, I don't know.
What was the game? What game did you beat first? Like 100%. Like you beat 100%.
Oh, you see, I was never good at beating games 100%. Absolutely. In fact, I don't even know if I've ever beat a game 100%. I'm not lying to you. Like, I move around so much.
I'm there with you 100%. I've only beat one game, so.
Yeah, see, I just play World of Warcraft, and then it's like, oh, okay, here we go. Final Fantasy VIII. Boom.
That's something we have in common. I actually like Final Fantasy VIII as well.
Yep, I like it better than 7. I'm a weirdo.
Hey, I agree.
What about it did you like so much?
Hawk, you can't beat WoW. It's like a Chuck Norris joke. It's like Chuck Norris beat WoW. Yeah, because WoW never stops. So
it's the standard of all like MMOs nowadays.
Oh, I love WoW. That's my MMO choice.
Well, I guess that actually answers the next question I had, which is which game can you play over and over again?
Oh yeah, I could sit here with like I could just give up, light my life, and play WoW.
All right. So, do you have any more questions, Thomas?
Of course I have more questions, but it's your turn. I just asked. Oh no, you. Oh snap! You know what? That was such a sneaky question.
Oh,
you
sneaky question giving ass.
You snuck it right past me. All right. Okay, so Mr. Health Man, Mr. Workout Man, Mr. Every Day of My Life, I'm getting better if I can, man, Matty. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a diet? That's not the question I'm leading. It's a pre-question.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your cheat day meal? You're gonna like, you not go crazy, right? Not like I'm not like, I don't care what your favorite food is. Okay, I don't need to know that answer. I want to know like, you're on a diet, but you're like, you know what? Today's a cheat day. I'm eating this dish, or I'm gonna go have this guilty little snack. What is it?
Oh, okay. So not my ultimate thing, because everybody knows pizza's my absolute ultimate like mess up. But for the past 3 weeks, I've been eating a whole food plant-based diet, so I don't eat like anything that has meat, dairy, or eggs in it. So following that same diet and still having a cheat, I eat Doritos and bean dip.
Doritos and bean dip, huh? What kind of bean dip?
It's just the Walmart bean dip because it's cheap and I'm not bougie. And then also I eat the sweet chili Doritos.
Oh. Sweet chili.
No,
bean dip's kind of got a little bit of sweetness to it sometimes too.
Mm-hmm, yeah. See, wait till you put it on your tongue. You're gonna love it.
No, I have to try this now. Damn, I wasn't expecting to get a munchies snack out of this interview.
But
boom.
All right.
Gotta get 2 dips though, because it takes 2 dips to finish a bag. Just a pro tip.
Like a family size bag?
Yeah, family size, 2 dips.
Okay.
All right. So this is actually a similar question to what Thomas asked, except that it's not like a cheat day meal. But what is your favorite all-time meal? Like throughout your whole life, what is your favorite all-time meal?
Oh, okay. So pizza.
Okay, but like build the perfect pizza.
Give me a pepperoni and extra cheese pizza and with stuffed crust, and I will eat that for the rest of my life.
What kind of stuffed crust?
Just the stuffed crustest you could do it with mozzarella. Just as much as you could stuff in that son of a gun.
What about garlic crust?
Give me a little marinara on the side so I can pretend it's a cheese stick.
What if it was the cheesy knot, like the cheesy garlic knot stuff?
I'm good. Still 100%. Still killing.
But too much though. You're more of like a simple. Let me just get.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm just simple man.
All right. So
Oh, that's my turn though, huh?
Yep.
Right. Hey. Okay. All right. Do you have any creative ideas for upcoming gaming / workout streams? Like at all? Like combining the two worlds and being like.
What I am wanting to do is eventually, at some point, kind of set up a place in my house where I can do like a morning stream where I'm working out.
So my next question I have is, any suggestions on who to bring along the Reef Podcast? If so, name a few.
Oh, okay. Brahma, you know him. Then let's go with Huskin Raider. And let's finish up with a Dark Raccoon, but you're going to have to change your time frame.
Okay. Well, we do have actually flexibility for time frames for the podcast, so we always let people know, like
he lives in Australia, so
yeah. I mean, basically, like,
I don't know if that's what they say.
Well, pretty much like, we always let people know 1 month ahead of time, letting them know like, hey, the podcast is coming up. You've been selected. Are you able to do it? And basically, we give them a time frame. And if they say it's not, then we basically flex it so that way it's more convenient for them.
Right.
I need to mute my microphone for a quick second. I apologize for the pause.
All right. So while Thomas is doing that, I got one more question for you, Matty. That's actually a very interesting question.
Yep.
All right. So if you had to choose between being a Twitch partner and having a bunch of lurkers on your chat, would you do that or keep being an affiliate with an active chat every day? Which one would you choose?
Considering my life and where my main revenue source comes from, I can't see myself ever really striving for the Twitch partnership unless it just kind of falls in my lap. So I would rather just have good friends.
That's a really good answer. I like that.
I think the best part about that answer is like, one, I think it's an answer that like you want to hear, but also like it sounds super genuine. Like, how do I express that like without sounding super cliche myself? But it's
right.
like,
See, you can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's cool because like that's the whole goal. That's the whole point of like all of this, the community that we're building, the podcast. Being able to reach out and network with everyone is you want to find like-minded people, and it's not exactly the easiest to do. Like especially when it's hard to find people in your physical life as well. You know what I mean? Like in your day-to-day life who have the same drive, the same ambitions, the same motive to move forward. So the fact that we have the ability to do things like this, it's not so much like how many people are doing it, but we have people who believe and want to be a part of and are growing with us as well. So that hopefully that doesn't sound super cliche, but like that's the vibe I get from your answer, and it's sick, Matty.
It's just beautiful.
Oh, that's my turn for a question now, though, huh? Ha!
Yeah.
All right, Matty, you know about that new Wii Fit ring?
No idea what's going on with it. Tell me about it.
So basically, it's like a weight band. It's like an exercise, like it's like weighted and it's got like tension settings that you can do. But it's all like It's like Wii Sports, but like designed to use this little ring, and it like measures your it goes with the Switch and it like measures your BPM and all that, and like it's got a whole bunch of unique games that you can play that like do a whole bunch of different types of exercises. And that was kind of me pre-leading with that last question because I just know there's a lot of like games. Dude, you should start doing Just Dance streams, bro, where you just dance.
Man, if I thought I was any good at dancing,
that's what Just Dance is for. It teaches you, bud.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it.
I don't want to learn.
Give me the heaviest weight you got. I'm gonna sling them around. That's what I like.
Alright, hey, fair enough.
I got this mental problem where I go into a room and I pick up weights and lift them up and put them down.
in the exact same place.
In the exact same place I found them, yeah.
All right, so I want to bring at the point. Do you have any more questions, Thomas?
I have one final question that I think is going to be fun.
All right, go for it.
MattySavage. There are a lot of video game characters out there, right? But there's only one MattySavage. Yep. If MattySavage had to be one of the many video game characters that exist, what character would you be?
That'd be Uther, the legendary paladin in World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah?
Guardian of Light.
Guardian of Light.
Wow.
How was that? How do you say Uther?
Uther, that's right.
Okay.
Of course he's dead, so I mean, I wouldn't be dead.
I wouldn't be the dead.
No, be him still. He'd still just be dead.
Okay. All right. I like how quickly you were able to answer that one.
Instantly.
Ready for that.
All comes with being a warrior.
You know what? That was a savage answer.
Yeah.
All right, so now we actually want to bring out Mr. SnowObsidian that's actually been having to look up the questions and actually read it for us.
Sorry, Snow.
So welcome, Snow. So glad that you can make it, buddy.
A pleasure to be here again.
So Snow is actually going to be reading the questions that you guys have been posting for MattySavage.
That's literally why we asked him to be here.
So he's going to...
voice, bro.
I know, right?
Please give Snow your questions.
All right, so whenever you can, Snow, just start asking the questions that the fans actually have for Mr. MattySavage here.
All right, and before I do, I just want to remind everyone that the Reef Podcast Discord also has a question channel, so if you don't have enough points, you can always go into the Discord as well. Just saying.
All
With
right.
that being said, let's dive right into the questions, shall we? Alright, question number 1 comes from... Oh, fuck, I forgot to log the names. Alright. Miss Havisham, 90. The question is, for Matt, you... 2 compliments, then a question, actually. You sound awesome, Matty. Well done to you for doing so well. Question being, what is the most positive thing to come out of all this?
Oh, I would think, I guess to preface, I used to smoke cigarettes and a whole bunch of stuff too when I was bigger. So the entire thing has been, once you knock down one thing and you conquered something, it's a lot easier to conquer other things. So just as you start building up your repertoire, this is what's holding me back, I'm gonna knock it out. It just gets much easier. So that's the positive thing, the mindset.
Alright, question number 2 comes from Folkbug15. Did you ever play Dream Daddy Simulator?
I hate him. Yes, I did. For Stream 1. They paid for it.
Fair enough.
Who was Daddy?
I don't know. They were all trying to get me, right? And I felt like I was attacked.
Daddy
I
was
wasn't
Daddy.
prepared for that.
Oh, go ahead.
In fact, the one woman in the game wasn't interested in me.
Dream Daddy Simulator is personally, so if it's not good, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
Do you approve of pineapples on pizza?
1,000%. In fact, I would just eat a pineapple.
I'm glad that you're on the same team with me. Can I ask you something on top of that? I met someone from Sweden, and they said they put bananas on their pizza.
I'm not.
I asked them to leave politely.
Yep. See, I could just. I don't even almost care what's on the pizza, just as long as there's pizza involved.
And one final question at this time comes from Crazy T UK. The question being is, how big is your beard currently, and do you plan on joining the Wizard Club?
Yeah, I think it's currently like 2 inches, 2 or 3 inches, something like that. And then if there is an application I need to fill out for the Wizard Club, please send it to me, so that way I can go ahead and work on that.
How long have you been growing it out?
Oh, I've had the same beard since 2015, but I've trimmed it every once in a while.
What made you decide to grow beards then?
I don't like my face.
I shouldn't laugh, but what?
My face looks too much like a child's. In fact, nobody will ever see my face. If someone does see my face, then I will have to come over to your house and call the police.
Next question. I've yet to log this one, but it's in the chat, so I'll say it anyway.
Yeah.
Has Matt ever considered working in a warehouse, stocking stuff up?
You know, I have thought about it since I started working out, because I was like, look, I can work out my triceps a little.
Let me tell you, I work in a warehouse and I'm still tiny.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a barrier.
The one from the same asker. Is that even a word? I think that's a word. From the Fat Juice is, what is his least favorite workout? I believe he already answered this one.
Yeah, it was the squats. Mostly, if you've never done squats and you're doing squats for the first time, just give up walking for the next couple days.
Ouch. And I like my walking. Maybe I shouldn't do squats.
Yeah, you walk around like a baby deer.
You said that your favorite exercise is cardio, like just straight running, or do you like elliptical, or do you?
I do jogging. So I jog either on a treadmill or I go to the park. This morning I went to a park and jogged 2.5 miles. But between jogging and walking did a 5K, which a 5K is 3 miles. So another half mile of walking.
Zepper McTapper asks this question. When did you start streaming?
Oh man, that was a long time ago. I'm talking about like maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I streamed, then I quit streaming, and then I streamed again, then I quit streaming, and now I'm pretty much just at the point where I just stream when I feel like it. It was kind of a savage thing, yeah, to say, but it just I gotta keep my mental self together. It's 100% selfish. It's all me trying to keep myself together.
Fat Juice comes back again with another question. What is the funniest thing you have seen at a gym, workout related?
Oh my god. So many things. I think my favorite thing is so there's this guy who I guess used to be a power lifter back in like 1964 or something like that, and he's at the gym every morning. He's got his belt on tight, you know, his squat belt on. He's over there lifting just the heaviest thing he can, which is pretty heavy. I give it to him. But the thing is, him doing it, he is screaming the entire time.
Hmm?
That's currently the funniest thing ever.
I hear that.
Can you give us an example of his screaming?
Something kind of like that.
Hear that screaming does increase the adrenaline kick.
Yeah, it increases mine. I want to kick his ass when he does it, but I can't.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Alright, another one from the Fat Juice. Have you ever hurt yourself working out?
I have. I pulled a muscle in my back one time doing some squats.
Mm-hmm.
Did you add weight?
Yeah. At the time, I had close to 300 pounds on it.
Okay. I thought you were just like, oh, weighted squat. You know, okay.
You see what I'm talking about now?
No, I'm picking up what you're. I smell what you stepped in.
Yeah. So I pulled my back, mostly because it was my form wasn't correct. So I just had to lower the weight and work on my form.
Wow. Damn.
But it's okay now. Like, I guess it's all strong and stuff.
Again, from the same asker. The Fat Juice comes up with this question. Any lifestyle helpful tips from a gamer? I believe it's for, not from. For a gamer named The Fat Juice.
Oh, well, I mean, first off, not sure where you're starting off in your life or where you're starting off in your journey. But, I mean, I'm always available. Of course, I do need a little information to get you started on the right path. If you want to start on the right path. or if you want to start on a path. I'm certainly down to help anybody that's in the chat or anything with anything that they may need help with. As far as losing weight or getting motivation or anything of that nature. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different way, different things that are going to work for them. I've currently lost weight like with 4 different diets, so it pretty much doesn't matter which one you do as long as you do one. And then you just find one that sticks with you and just hold on to it.
Would you say like a big part of that would be the consistency of sticking to something than like what you're sticking to for the most part?
1,000%. In fact, if you get a calendar and you mark circles around days that you did the things that you were supposed to do, and you put X's on the things that you weren't supposed to do, right? And you added them up at the end of the month and you kind of percentage it out. As long as you did 80% of what you were supposed to do, you will lose.
Wow. That's actually really, I'm gonna definitely take that in consideration now.
It's an 80-20 rule. You can, as long as you're doing the right thing most of the time, you're gonna reach your goals.
I have a question. Am I allowed to ask any more questions?
You can ask questions after we finish answering the questions from the people.
Oh, wait. Okay, perfect. I just thought of it, so keep going.
Keep a note of that, please. Alright, I'm going to combine 2 questions from the Fat Juice. He asks, do you have a family, like kids, wife, any pets? And furthering that question is, do your pets work out?
So my dog is a wuss. He can't keep up with me. My poor dog. But I do have a wife and a dog. I took him around, tried to take him around the track with me one time, which was about half a mile. He gave up and started panting, so I picked him up and carried him the rest of the way for a 5K. So he walked half a mile, and I carried him 2.5 miles.
Wow.
That's intense.
Yeah, but it was all worth it, and it was fun. And so all the joggers that were walking by were laughing and said, "This is my baby," because he is.
One last question comes from Crazy T on Discord. To all 3 Matty and hosts, if you could publish one game, what type of story would you make it? Would you want to tell the world, and what genre would you make it?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. To all 3 Matty and hosts, if you could publish one game, what type of story would you want to tell the world, and what genre would you make it?
Sims would actually be like I'll do like a game kind of like The Sims, a life simulator, and I would actually basically just make it more like in depth, like than the regular Sims, and make it more like about building your family and actually building a community around yourself.
Would you be able to customize your own tie?
Yes, you will be able to customize your own tie.
I guess if I could do one, it'd be a builder game, kind of like World of Warcraft, except with like art. So it'd be art, World of Warcraft kind of thing, where you had kind of like you could have like a spell power or something like that. You select a certain class. And Spanish break.
Hey, you beatboxing, Matty?
Snow, what did you say?
Huh? I was saying, is that you beatboxing, Matty?
Oh, no. Believe me, I can't do that. That was all the fluff.
Alright. I think there was a minor intermission there, everyone. Let's see.
Spanish
Nothing
break.
more on...
Alright, I'm here. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm here.
It's okay.
Matty!
Oh, yay.
So we have 2 more...
It's all
Go
good.
ahead.
Alright, go ahead.
We have 2 more questions from the community, but before we do that, I believe ThomasGovens, you had a question?
Oh, I'm gonna wait till all the community questions are done.
They could be a while.
Yeah, because...
They keep popping up.
Alright, so...
Sorry about you, Fat Juice.
Alright.
I was just curious. You sound like a man who reads. If you had any book recommendations or audiobook recommendations.
Oh, I listened to the Iron Culture podcast on Spotify. It's I don't know if it's the first fitness podcast. I think it's the first fitness podcast to actually come out. And they have a couple guys, some PhDs, Eric Helms, Omar Asif, and stuff like that have been in the game for years as far as bodybuilding, body composition, and stuff like that. Those are guys that break down it science-wise for you to make sense of what's going on.
Okay, sick.
Alright. Any other questions from the hosts?
I got a couple like over here that just popped up. I got one from the Fat Juice. He says, "How often do you look at yourself in the mirror?"
I look at myself in the mirror almost daily and take measurements of my body as well as my weight to see that I'm progressing. Because sometimes the scale won't move, but you have moved inches in certain places.
All right. So there's actually another question from the Fat Juice. He says, "What is your favorite movie and why?"
I tell you, I watched the movie Galaxy Quest when I was a kid, probably 300,000 times. The one with Tim Allen and I don't know. A lot of y'all might have to go look it up. But I'm telling you, it was a great.
All right. Here's a question from Fuckbuck15. He says, "Do Matty loves French people?"
See, he has a trouble with English sometimes. Folk does. And it's not his fault. His first language is French. And I love just folk. I can't say that I love all French people.
All right. Got another question from the Fat Juice. He says, "Any lifestyle helpful tips from a gamer named..." Oh, you already said that, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I got it.
Maddie said, "What's the savagest savage you have ever savaged?"
Oh, I mean, that would be my wife. She's the savagest savage I've ever savaged.
Awesome. And then Folkbuck
Anything before
asks...
that was already asked.
Okay. So we got everything done?
Yeah. I got you covered.
Awesome.
The questions from the community, but do you mind if I ask a few?
Yeah, you can ask a few. Go for it.
Alright. I recall that you were talking about some dancing games. Have you heard of the game called Dance Dance Revolution?
Yes, I have.
Playing it on a controller.
How
Triangle
Yeah,
X square
PlayStation
circle.
2.
Triangle X square circle.
What was the question? So what about?
Whooped butt at that.
Really? Good too.
Yeah, it was easy.
That's actually interesting. I did not know that.
It builds hand-eye coordination.
Oh, dude, right.
Okay, yeah,
So-
I didn't even know they did that.
I cheated, right? Well, I didn't cheat. So the way I would do it, right, is you would plug it in, you feet like on the gamepad, right? But if you use controller, you could set it to do the directional pad, or you could have it set to the buttons. And a lot of people never tried doing it with the buttons because you would just think push the D-pad, right? But the problem with that, when you had to hit the double buttons, the D-pad's all one piece, right? So you can't really push left and right at the same time. Where circle and square are their own buttons, right?
Right.
So I would use my right index finger for square, my left index finger for circle, or my left ring finger for circle. My middle finger did triangle and X.
See, the problem with Dance Dance Revolution with me is I'm too Irish and it always looks like I'm river dancing.
Corned beef and hash.
Oh, corned beef and cabbage.
Okay.
Cabbage. I'm a cabbage man.
I keep hash away from myself.
Wow. I actually learned a lot from Matty today, Thomas and Snow.
One last question.
All right, go for it.
I believe this was already asked, but oh wait, no, never mind, it wasn't asked. Do you plan on doing like a what's the term? Dietitian? Like branching off from workouts and going into dietitian and dietary stuff? In terms of your streaming and content?
So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of wanting to go out and help people. It's like my main goal. So my main goal is just going and helping people. Whether it be through stream, talking to people, stuff like that, or just through the Discord, or anybody that comes to me and says, "Hey, can you help me?" Or like I'm struggling with weight loss, or I'm struggling with motivation to get in the gym. Just anything that like I've struggled with myself that I have some work in. I just want to pass it out as much as I can.
Okay. Nice.
Is there anybody else that has any questions? Feel free to redeem them with sharp points. You can actually still redeem a couple more questions. If not, do you have anything to ask Thomas or me, MattySavage, or Snow?
How did you guys meet each other?
Oh,
Go ahead, Luis.
we met through Fortnite.
Oh, God. God. All right.
Yep.
I'm afraid to say I am guilty of that.
You
Of that too.
Hey, but sometimes you find the greatest human beings playing Fortnite. Believe it or
I
not.
have found all the worst ones.
Dope.
But no, we met through that. He was randomly playing Fortnite one night, and I just decided to show up and watch his stream. Cause you know how sometimes Matty, I like to go to people that have like 1-2 viewers and go say hi and try to talk to them and everything.
Right.
So he had like a couple viewers. He was having fun. He was laughing. I just liked the way he actually played. I mean, he was always positive. He was always laughing. And I was like, hey, I want to be friends with this guy. So we started talking. I started coming back to his channel a couple times. We started getting to know each other. And next thing you know, hey, we're basically starting our own podcast now. And I'm actually really blessed to actually have him as my co-host.
Oh yeah, y'all do a great job.
He makes me laugh fairly often, and I remember when I started looking into his stream, like I was like, okay, so a big part of me when I met Louis, like this guy has a completely different perspective on just how to do all of this differently. And when I started streaming, I was literally just like using my PlayStation, and like I had my chat on the side and I had a PlayStation camera. I did it for like over a year. And when he started showing up and he kept coming back, I was like sick. So I was like, all right, a big part of like being a part of a community. Like if I want to be in if I want people to like be in my community and do what I'm doing, I need to be also able to know how to be a member of a community as well. Right. So I would go around and start just like interacting with all these different streamers, but no one ever talks back. It's so hard to find people who like, bro. Don't get me wrong, I find many people who are good at engaging with the chat, but it blows my mind, like, why are you streaming if you're not, like, paying attention to your chat? Like, do you just think you're that good at the game? And some people are, cool, right? But, like, for me, like, isn't the point of streaming to, like, connect and share and, like, meet other people doing the same shit?
Well, I think some people just going for the easy part. They're trying to, they think, oh, you know, I'll just sit here, I'll play this game, and I'll make tons of money, boom, done. Right? And some people are really into that that fallacy. Ooh, big word time.
Syllables.
Take it.
Syllables.
Take it. So anyway, there's that fallacy that, you know, if I just sit here and do this, it's gonna work. And sometimes shit, it does. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes some people get lucky with it, but 99.9999% of us actually have to, you know, be a good streamer.
Right. So, and that's what was great about Luis. Luis is a fantastic streamer, and I was able to learn so much from him. I'm still learning so much from him. And you know, it's real cool to have someone who is so passionate about what they're doing and just watching him grow. And it's been bro, it's just been fun. He was my I am proud to say Luis is like part of the reason I stuck with streaming and like a big part of like what I've got going on. So
Right.
That was really sweet. I actually almost cried.
Good.
Don't you dare.
No, who cares? It's okay. That'll be another notch on my headboard. You know what I'm saying?
Never mind. Calm down.
And to actually reply to what you said, Thomas, I actually remember playing. It was Sims 4, and I was in my shark costume, and I had a couple of people that actually showed up, and all I had was my PlayStation camera, my chat on the side, and just 720p footage of Sims and me just randomly dancing in my shark costume. And I kid you not, that was like one of the best days of my life.
Is that the clip?
Yes, that's the clip that I showed you. And I'm happy to say that clip actually reached over 200 views recently.
Nice.
It's ridiculous. But do you have any more questions for us, Matty, or the community? I mean, you can ask the community as well.
No, that's about it, man. I've been around. I kind of know most of the stuff that's going on, you know? Of course, I am like the ever watchful eye and the ever quiet. But I know.
You mean to tell me you don't have a single question for me in my head of hair?
What? No, I already know what's going on there, Mr. Fluff. I'm creepy.
Huh?
I'm creepy because I don't have a lot of time to talk. Oh no, my wife is here.
Oh
no. We gotta get out of here.
I got a final question for me.
Okay.
And this is basically to everyone. If you were to make a separate Discord streaming vlog, what have you. What would you make it about?
Cooking.
You, Luis?
I would actually make a biography on my life.
Like a
In a
vlog?
world where Mr. Louis had to come from another land.
Yes, I would actually write a whole book about my whole life since I was really little all the way to current dates.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine would probably be exactly what it is right now, gaming everyone, people with their weight loss goals.
I'd say fighting munchies with the fluff.
Hey!
And
I
just
like
a
it.
channel of me just making, dude, I make nachos, but I use different flavors of Doritos chips, and now I'm gonna put bean dip and sweet chili Doritos.
I love them, dude. I'm telling you. And look, your fingers are gonna get so caked up in Doritos, and that's the good part after, because you get to eat that off. It's the best part.
If I could leave you with a cooking little tip, bud, slow, like put a crock pot full of wings.
Yeah. See, I don't eat meat, so it's gonna be.
You can get tofu.
I can do tofu.
Mhm.
In fact, after this, I got some plant-based chicken tendies I'm gonna cook up.
You know,
Ooh.
now that you guys actually brought up tofu, one of my friends that actually lives in my town actually
Yeah.
told me that he can actually make tofu tacos.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And
100%.
I was like, wow, like, you know, that actually sounds pretty good. So next time I actually go try them out, I'll definitely share my experience with y'all.
I know
They
we're
got a ton
supposed
of
to be
plant-based
wrapping
meats
this up.
out there that you can.
Man.
I know we're supposed to be wrapping it up, but I'm sorry. But dude, have you had an impossible?
No, I haven't had the Impossible Whopper. I'm still scared of it because of all the shit they probably put in it other than the meat.
It's not just Burger King who has them.
No, well, then all the other places.
All right, well, that was MattySavage, ladies and gentlemen.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, what's your exit sound? Let me hear it.
No, what? Get y'all.
Do it again.
Da, 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 da. Hold on, let me
So,
go.
that
Matt-
actually works.
Maddie,
Sorry,
I gotta say, it was an honor having you here tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time from your busy night that you actually had going on. And me and Thomas and Snow and the whole Shark Reef community want to personally thank you for everything you've done, my man.
No, that's no problem. Look, it was my pleasure to be here.
And shout out to all the moms.
All the mamas.
Every
and all
mom
the
who,
mamas, and all the mamas.
And I wanted to let you guys know, like a last announcement too, that our next content creator that we actually gonna feature is actually gonna be Fan for Gamers. Fan for Gamers is gonna be the next guest on the Reef Podcast.
That's that song I like. That gets me going in the morning.
But yes, we're actually gonna be interviewing Fan for Gamers. I think it's gonna be amazing. And then after that, at the end of the month, for our last content creator that we have A Coconut. A Coconut is gonna be at the end of February. He's gonna be our last guest that we're gonna be interviewing of the month of February. And just to give you a heads up, the last week of February, we're actually gonna be announcing who the lineup for March will be. So make sure you stay tuned, follow all our social medias that we have, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, anything. That way you guys can actually keep up with when we actually have like the next interviews. I think you guys are actually gonna be really thrilled of who we actually have coming up, because there's so many amazing people that we can't wait to talk to.
Be patient, be happy. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you're on YouTube, there's a bell. Make sure you push the bell so you hear when the next episode comes out.
Yes, because the next episode is actually this episode right here that we have right now, bringing to y'all live on Twitch on this beautiful Sunday night, is actually gonna be uploaded 2 days after Twitch on YouTube, and then on Wednesday it's actually gonna be uploaded to Spotify. So you guys will be able to hear it as many times as you want, so you can have a laugh, or if you want to share it with your friends, share it with your friends and family and be like, hey, I got this podcast going on that I'm actually listening to that's actually really funny. These guys are awesome. You should definitely check it out. And I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. I mean, we try to be funny. We try, bring positivity to all of you guys. So again, thank you again, guys. It really has been a blessing to have you all here.
I am funny. I don't try to be funny.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
Anyway, guys.
You guys take it easy, and I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. So, goodbye from Thomas, goodbye from MattySavage, goodbye from Snow, and goodbye from me, myself, and to all the Reef. I love y'all. Love y'all so much.
Smooches.